Today, in Deir al Balah, Gaza, a mass burial was held for dozens of unidentified Palestinians killed during the latest war on Gaza. The ceremony follows the release of bodies by Israeli authorities, closing another painful chapter in Gaza's ongoing humanitarian tragedy. Families, friends, and community members gathered in solemn silence as the bodies of the unidentified Palestinians, wrapped in simple white shrouds, were laid to rest. Many of those present did not know the names or stories of those buried, but their grief was shared. Each grave is a symbol of the immense human cost of war, a reminder of the lives interrupted and the families left with unanswered questions. For weeks, the fate of these unidentified Palestinians was uncertain. Israeli authorities had held the bodies after intense fighting during the Gaza war, as efforts continued to confirm identities. Today, however, the priority was a dignified burial, even as the process of identification remains ongoing. Witnesses at the burial described a heavy sense of loss and helplessness. The prayers offered over the mass graves echoed throughout the cemetery, and tears flowed freely. For some, it was the only way to say goodbye to missing loved ones. For others, it was a chance to mourn, not just for the victims, but for Gaza's entire community. A community that has endured repeated conflict, destruction, and loss. The Gaza war has left deep scars on the population. According to local authorities, hundreds of civilians, including children, women, and elderly people, have been killed or remain missing. The tragedy of mass burials for unidentified Palestinians has become a painful and recurring reality, underlining the scale of the humanitarian crisis. International organizations and human rights groups have called for urgent action. They urge for independent investigations and accountability, as well as efforts to identify the victims and provide closure to families still searching for answers. For many in Gaza, the wait for news about their loved ones is agonizing. The mass burial, though heartbreaking, is a small step toward dignity for those who lost their lives without recognition. Throughout Gaza, the aftermath of the war is visible everywhere: destroyed buildings, crowded hospitals, and displaced families seeking shelter. The trauma is not just physical, but psychological, affecting every generation. Yet, amid the devastation, communities come together in moments like today's mass burial, supporting each other and refusing to let the memories of the unidentified Palestinians fade away. Eyewitnesses spoke to our news team about the impact of the war and the heartbreak of burying the unidentified. One local resident shared, "We do not know their names, but they are our people, our brothers and sisters. Every loss is a wound in our hearts." Efforts to identify the victims continue. Forensic experts and humanitarian groups are working tirelessly, collecting DNA samples and interviewing families. They hope that one day, every grave will have a name, and every family will have answers. The mass burial in Deir al Balah has also drawn attention from the international community. Humanitarian organizations, foreign diplomats, and journalists attended the ceremony, calling for renewed efforts to protect civilians and prevent further tragedies in Gaza. Local leaders in Gaza have emphasized the need for international support, not just for immediate humanitarian relief, but also for long-term recovery and peace. They warn that as long as the conflict continues, families will keep experiencing the pain of uncertainty and loss. As night falls over Deir al Balah, the cemetery stands as a silent testimony to the ongoing suffering in Gaza. The mass burial for unidentified Palestinians is a stark reminder of the urgent need for peace, justice, and reconciliation. Stay tuned for more updates as we continue to cover the Gaza war, the humanitarian crisis, and the search for answers for the families of the unidentified. Our team is committed to bringing you the latest news, analysis, and personal stories from those affected on the ground. If you or someone you know is searching for missing loved ones, humanitarian organizations have set up hotlines and support services to assist families during this difficult time. For more information and resources, visit our website or contact local aid groups in Gaza. This has been a special report on the mass burial for unidentified Palestinians killed during the war on Gaza. For exclusive updates, expert interviews, and the latest developments, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications.